Let's have a few words about specific person. Those people in our lives that we consider a significant other, a spouse, someone of that nature, a partner. Now, there are some people out there who, I don't know, I guess they seem a little critical of the whole, I want my SP to do what I want to conform idea. Because some people look at that as being selfish, not being mindful of what the other person thinks or how they feel. But what you need to understand about this whole thing is that in our lives, everybody is us pushed out. So our specific person is really being created by us and is part of us, just like everyone else in our life. I've heard some teachers refer to this as a hologram, as if this is a holographic movie, all immersive movie we're creating for ourselves, or referred to as our own parallel universe, whereas we all have these overlapping parallel universes, and everyone basically conforms to what's required of them within everyone else's parallel universe. So, like in your specific life, you are the center creating everyone around you's actions and everything else. Now, you're either doing it passively, doing it actively, or just kind of letting it run on its own, okay? Now, in their life, they're doing the same thing, and in their life, are basically the one who's conforming. So you don't really have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about, oh, I'm just being selfish. It may seem that way at first, but you need to have a little adjustment about this whole thing. So the way it goes is you don't feel like this is just you being selfish because you want them to conform. Now, as Neville Goddard would say, you should always do what you do and frame what you do within the golden rule, which is to not do harm to others and to treat those others as you would like to be treated yourself. So as long as you follow that golden rule within what you're doing, look, you could do it whatever way you want, okay? Because God is a creative power. He will manifest whether the person doing the manifesting is good or evil. But you should always try to do it nobly and honorably and within the framework of the golden rule. I mean, that's what Jesus would have said too. So, and every great teacher out there and every great religious figure out there would basically say, yeah, go by the golden rule, do it that way. So if you do it that way, you don't have to worry about this is just being selfish. Now, you're going to have desires and needs, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have to get rid of the guilt. Don't feel guilty about everything you want. There's people out there, and I've seen it, where every single thing they want to do, they second guess as, oh, but I feel guilty about that. I mean, literally to the point where if they have more money than somebody, they feel guilty about that. Well, the other person has just the same amount of manifesting prowess as you if they know about it, if they learn about it, if they put it into practice. And also, how do you know that within their own personal hologram universe, whatever, they're not really calling the shots and doing well? They may just appear a certain way in your reality. So these are things that you have to think about and remember. There's no need to feel guilty or bad about wanting your specific person to do what you want to make you happy. As a matter of fact, when you manifest that, when you affirm for that, you should also be affirming that they're happy to do so, that they feel totally fulfilled in showing up for you, okay? And also that you are happy to show up for them and to fulfill them as well. Can go both ways. It doesn't have to be all or nothing, one or the other. Be creative with this. And if you're the type that you're going to feel really guilty about, just consider it all in your affirmation. Everybody's happy and everybody gets. In other words, just like the wealth affirmation about the steady income that Neville talks about, he talks about, consistent with integrity and mutual benefit. Integrity and mutual benefit, that's the golden rule. So just affirm that your specific person will also be getting a great deal out of it. It's not just a one-way thing to serve you like there's some kind of a slave. No one says you have to do it that way, and you don't have to feel about it that way. So I hope that this helps out or helps to maybe straighten some things out for those who may be thinking about it too much and getting bogged down.